people who are on the tipping point of becoming a company that needs bonds from doing whatever it was they did before. So one of the first steps is, if you're entertaining that, go get familiar with a bonding agent. Don't try to do it yourself. What are some of the other changes that you typically see in a company that is transitioning from non-bonding, me and Bob and our truck, and now we got 5 guys, and now we got 25 guys, into a company that is bondable? And I'm thinking about bookkeeping and WIP and things like that perhaps a lot of our listeners haven't even heard of. They've heard of bookkeeping,
Okay.
but maybe not WIP.
No, that's a great question, Mark, because what do I do to sell you to a bonding company to get you bonds? Well, for the credit scoring, it's just a one-page application. I email you, and we just work that out. You build your bond cost into your bid. So that's all there is to that.
That was going to be another question. I didn't know who paid for it. It's in your bid.
Yeah, for credit scoring bonds, it's a flat 2.5%. Some of them are flat 3% of whatever your bid is. So if you're bidding a $100,000 job, it's a $2,500 premium for the bond. And of course, the bid bond's still free, but if you're low bidder, you have to get the performance payment bond, then you have to pay $2,500.
Okay.
And you need the bond at the beginning of the project, Martin. You usually have about 10 days from the time the contract's awarded to get them the performance and payment bonds. So that's that part. And the standard surety program that we want to help you get to and through involves 3 years of CPA reviewed financial statements, year-ending financial statements that are done on a percentage of completion format, and they include a balance sheet, an income statement, notes, and a completed project schedule, and then a WIP, work in progress schedule, jobs in progress schedule, it's called, work on hand schedule, it's called. So the reason that's important is because the WIP tells you what your backlog gross profit is, and that helps you get more bonds. How much profit is in your backlog of work that you're working on now? So again, good accounting records, a good construction CPA will help you get that. A personal financial statement is required on you and your spouse, all owners and their spouses. And you ask, well, why is that? And it's because a bond is not an insurance policy. If you default on a job, they want to be able to come back against your personal assets if needed to complete the project. Now, can they get your house? Can they get your retirement account? That sort of thing? No, state laws forbid that. But it's a way of showing the bonding company that we both have some skin in the game, so to speak.
Okay.
So that's another thing. Then they want to know if you have a bank line of credit established. So I tell contractors that don't have a bank line established, take some cash and use it to secure a bank line until you get a track record going with that bank. Also, getting good financial information to your banker helps you get bank lines approved. So those two go in hand. Why do you want a bank line? It's just so you can draw on some cash if you have a cash flow emergency that you're not prepared for. Is there a proper way to use your bank line? Not really, unless you build that interest into your project costs. So that's that. So those are the main elements. We have a contractor's questionnaire that we help you fill out that just tells us about your business. What is your unique capabilities? What are you best at doing? What makes you good at what you do?
Yeah. Yeah. I really, in other words, it's a recurring theme here. And I hate to use the words quite this way, but I will anyway. You need to become a real business. And that includes accounting and insurance and HR and things like that. Not just, I'm really good at pouring concrete and that's what I'm going to do today. And how long, when you said it's a 3-year record to come up with a standard surety process, is that what you called it?
Right.
And that is just a recurring ability to get bonds because you understand
At a good
everything
rate.
at a good rate. Okay.
Yeah. So
What's a
there's
bad
just-
rate? Can you give us an
Well,
example of a bad
it's-
rate?
It's kind of what we call substandard surety markets. It's a company that charge a real high rate. There may be some funds management or funds control by the surety company. They charge a higher flat rate. The SBA
What's an example,
bond
like how high?
anywhere from 3 to 4% of the contract amount.
Okay.
Is high?
Yeah,
That's a high rate? Okay.
well, it is. I mean, think about how much profit you've got on a job.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
That may be your
Yeah.
profit on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but if it's a job and you don't need a lot of bonds, or you only need one now and then, and you can build that into your job cost, it's a way for us to get the job done for you.
Right.
But ideally, Martin, like you said, we want you to be a real company.
Yeah.
Right.